Hi folks, today I'm going to show you another knot, a relatively simple knot that we're going to use to hook up this winch to this pintle to pull that log. This can also be used to pull your buddy who's stuck in the mud out and not have the rope be stuck to the back of the truck after you're done. It will take quite a bit of force to make this knot so it does not come out. So you can also use it on a ball hitch or a relatively large hook and do the same thing. So I've already attached the winch to the log, and I've attached the rope to the back of the winch, and now I just have to attach it to the pintle. I used a simple bowline on the back here. Now normally we would set this up with a round sling and all that, but to demonstrate this we're going to use the rope to do it. And that bowline, you can find videos on how to make a bowline online. I think I even have I might even have one that's one of my videos might show how to make a bowline. So let's get started. So first off, we're going to take this piece of rope, which is of suitable strength for this application. This winch is a 12,000 pound pull rate at full extension. We're obviously not going to be pulling 12,000 pounds, but this rope is rated for, I think the breaking strength is like 15,000, so we're within the limits for this particular setup. For a normal working load, you know, we won't get into that, but it's definitely sufficient for this. It's a 5/8 rope. So anyways, so basically you take your rope and you double it up. I've doubled it up about this long. You can double it up longer, you can double it up a little shorter, depending on how many wraps you want to put in. Now we're just going to stick this. I've already got my pintle opened up. We're just going to stick it in there, you know, leave it that double tail about that long, and then we're going to wrap this. Now I can wrap it under like this, okay, and do it in that direction, or I can wrap it over this direction. It's not a huge deal to go either way. So we're just going to wrap this up, okay, and wrap it up. I got about 3 wraps in here, and that leaves me with just enough tail to put it over. Now you can make that double up longer if you want, so you can have more wraps. The more wraps you have in it, to a certain extent, the more tension that could be on this rope, and it would come out easily. Now I'm just going to shut my pintle. Obviously if you had a ball you can't shut it, and you need to have it far enough down on the ball so it can't slip over the top. A hook, it goes inside the hook, and obviously the hook has to be big enough to fit this rope in it. I'm going to do this one more time to show you again, okay, to show you again exactly what we did. Okay, take the rope and we're just going to double it up. Okay, this time I'll go a little longer, but it doesn't really matter. You know, well, it matters, but it doesn't. Like, that means you can get more wraps or whatever, but to a certain extent, like I said before, there's only so many wraps you could put in before it really doesn't have an effect, or before it's be a pain in the neck to make the loop long enough to go over the top. But obviously if you had 1 or 2 in there, it would have a tendency to tighten up more and possibly not come out. So again, we're just going to put it through like this and see about how long I have it. Okay, as I said, you can wrap under or over, doesn't matter. I'm just going to go under. I'm going to wrap it about 3 times like I did before. Really between 3 and 5 is, after that you're kind of probably not doing that much. Okay, but I'd say at least 3 times wrap, which is actually you know, because it's doubled, it's more. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, if you count that one as 6. Okay, it's done like that. There you go. It's all set up. That's all there is. I have quite a bit of tail here. I could have made that shorter, but you want a certain amount of length for it so that when the rope sets, it'll be all set. So it's going to get a little bit loud, just to warn you. You won't be able to hear me talk. It won't be super loud, but you won't be able to hear me talk very well. I'll have to talk loud and obnoxious, which is really easy for me to do. Okay, so as I said, we already get it all set up. Let's fire up our winch. We may have to adjust our winch here. In fact, I'll do that before we get started. I'm going to adjust my winch so that it's not pulling on the plug or the cables when it tightens up. Okay, so let's fire this up. All right. Gauge. All right, we're all hooked up here. Already engaged in high gear. But it was cooling out. It wasn't freewheeling, so just gonna make sure it's all the way out. And I'm gonna switch it into low gear. For the most part, high gear on this winch is really just for retrieval. Make a little bit of adjustment there. They really have the power pack in the right position. So, but anyways, let's pull this log in. It's got quite a bit of tension on it. Okay. Now I'm just going to lower it down, get the tension off of it. Okay. I have enough that I can get some slack in the line like that. Okay. Let's turn this off so you can hear me better. So I just pulled this log, and just to kind of give you an idea of, it's not exactly a small log. I think it's like 32 inches or something like that. It may be a little less than that. It's definitely over 2 feet. So anyways, in diameter. So now we've done that. So we've had quite a bit of tension on there. That winch will actually pull 12,000 pounds at full spool out. So it was dragging that. It wasn't anywhere near 12,000, but it was up there. Okay. So quite a bit of tension. Now we're just going to pop this pintle open. Okay. I'm just going to pop this pintle open like that. And then look how easy this comes off. Just like that. And boom. It's off. And you're out. So it's a handy little knot if you're going to put a bunch of tension on and you have a pintle or you have a ball or have a hook. I don't have a ball right handy, but really if someone's kind of wanting to see how it goes on the ball, it's the same exact thing, only it doesn't have a top to it, and you just got to make sure that you've got it over the ball, not sitting up on top of the ball, in order for that to work right. A hook, it latches into the hook. And as I said, depending on how many wraps you put in front of it, makes it that much easier to come off to a certain extent. Usually 3 to 5 times around is all you really need. Kind of after that, there's a point when it really doesn't do it, and then you need a long enough tail that you can get back to where you're hooking to. So that's my tech tip. Really handy for pulling someone out of the mud or something like that, and you're going to put quite a bit of stress on it, and you don't have a regular tow strap, and you got to use a rope, and the rope is strong enough that the rope's not going to break, but a knot could tighten up so much that you couldn't get it out. That's a real good knot to use. We call it the Leo knot, and that's because the guy that showed me was showed by a guy named Leo, and he didn't give any name for the knot, so we just call it the Leo knot. If anybody's seen this knot before and knows what it is, and you know the technical name for it, feel free to leave that in the comments. But I find that knot can be very handy. So that's what I have for you today, just a quick tech tip. I've got to get some metal for the old deuce here, and apparently, you know, either my email didn't go through or they don't pay attention to their website and don't answer their emails, which I don't know, but I need a simple piece of steel, and I've got to get a hold of them, and I'm at work during the week that are open on the weekends, which I don't exactly blame them for that, but at least get back to me. But maybe there was some kind of computer glitch, but I have a feeling it's like most places that their salesmen don't bother to call you back. But I'm not going to tell you what the name of the company is and throw them under the bus, because I don't know that that's what happened, but it wouldn't surprise me if that was, and there was some bull crap that they said. Oh, no, we never got that email. I could tell you stories about that. But enough of my rambling. If you have any questions about that knot, let me know. I'd be more than happy to show you again or explain it to you or whatnot. Anyways, have a good weekend.